Hello friends, welcome to Best Readouts. In this video, we will solve MCQs or objective type questions based on time series. Before going for the studies, subscribe to my channel Best Readouts not to miss anything. Question part 1. Choose the correct alternative. Question 1. Which of the following can't be a component of time series? A. Seasonality. B. Cyclical. C. Trend. D. Mean. As we know, seasonality is a component of time series denoted by capital S. B. Cyclical, it is a component of time series denoted by C. Trend denoted by T is the component. So, the correct alternative is D. Mean is not a component of time series. Actually, it is a measure of central tendency. Question 2. The first step in time series analysis is to A. Perform regression calculations. B. Calculate a moving average. C. Plot the data on the graph. D. Identify seasonal variation. Always whenever you get the data in your hands, you should always plot it and see the behavior of the data of the two variables. So plotting the data on a graph is always the first step. So alternative C is correct one. Question 3. Time series analysis is based on the assumption that A. Random error terms are normally distributed. B. The variable to be forecast and other independent variables are correlated. C. Past patterns in the variable to be forecast will continue unchanged into the future. D. The data do not exhibit a trend. The correct alternative, the first basic assumption is that our future depends on our past. So, past patterns continue to be unchanged into the future is the correct option. So, option C is the correct option. Question 4. Moving averages are useful in identifying A. Seasonal component, B. Irregular component, C. Trend component, D. Cyclical component. As we know, method of moving averages is used to estimate trend. So, alternative C is the correct alternative. Question 5. We can use regression line for the past data to forecast future data. We then use the line which A. minimizes the sum of squared deviations of past data from the line. B. Minimizes the sum of deviations of past data from the line. C. Maximizes the sum of squared deviations of the past data from the line. D. Maximizes the sum of deviations of past data from the line. As we know, the method of least squares is to minimize sum of squared deviations of the data from the past data. So alternative A is the correct alternative. Actually, we denote it by sum over y minus y cap bracket square. Y minus y cap is the deviation. Its square is square over deviations and its sum. So sum over squares of deviations. Question 6. Which of the following is a major problem for forecasting, especially when using the method of least squares? A. The past cannot be known. B. The future is not entirely certain. C. The future is exactly following the patterns of the past. D. The future may not follow the patterns of the past. If the future does not follow the pattern of the past, we can't use time series for forecasting. Time series definition only says our future depends on our past, that is time. So, correct alternative is option D. Question 7. Here. An overall upward or downward pattern in an annual time series would be contained in which component of the time series? A. Trend, B. Cyclical, C. Irregular, D. Seasonal. We know upward and downward patterns are seen in trend. So alternative A is the correct alternative. Question 8. The following trend line equation was developed for annual sales from 1984 to 1990 with 1984 as base or 0 year. Y1 equal to 500 plus 60x in 1000 rupees. The estimated sales for 1984 is. Now 1984 is the base year. So time there is t equal to 0. So when we substitute that time t or x say, now here they are saying as x is time t, as 0 here in the equation, we get y1 equal to 500 plus 60 into 0. So let us write it here. Y1 equal to 500 plus 60 into 0, because x is 0 as we can see here. The starting year 1984, time is 0. So the value is 500. Estimate is 500. So correct option is option A, rupees 500. Question 9. What is a disadvantage of the graphical method of determining a trend? A. Provides quick approximations. B. Is subject to human error. C. Provides accurate forecasts. D. It is too difficult to calculate. Now we want disadvantage. Okay, so it is subject to human errors is the disadvantage. Question 10. Which component of time series refers to erratic time series movements that follow no recognizable or regular pattern? A. Trend, B. Seasonal, C. Cyclical, D. Irregular. Now we know erratic time series movements or which follow no recognizable or regular pattern comes under irregular time series, irregular component of time series. So option D is the correct option. Now next question is about fill in the blanks. Let us see one by one. Question 1. Dash components of time series is indicated by smooth line. As we know, trend is the component which has smooth line. So answer is trend. Second question. Component of time series, dash component of time series is indicated by periodic variation year after year. Now periodic variation coming after year after year, at least once in a year, is the seasonal variation. So seasonal component of time series is indicated by periodic variation year after year. Now question 3. Dash component of time series is indicated by a long wave spanning 2 or more years. As we know, this is the definition of cyclic variation or cyclic component. So cyclic component has long wave spanning 2 or more years. Fourth question. Dash component of time series is indicated by up and down movements without any pattern. So without any pattern goes under irregular variation or irregular component of time series. Question 5. Additive models of time series dash independence of its components. It assumes independence. As we know, additive model is written by T plus S plus C plus I, where T is trend, S seasonal variation, or component, C cyclic component, I irregular variation or irregular component. So independence here is compulsory. Now question 6. Multiplicative models of time series dash independence of its components. As we know, in multiplicative model, independence is not assumed. So multiplicative models of time series do not assume independence of components. Now question 7. The simplest method of measuring trend of time series is, now simplest method first to start with is always a graphical method. So that is the answer. Now question 8. The method of measuring trend of time series using only averages is, of course, method of moving averages. Method of moving averages. Next, fill in the blank. It's 9th. The complicated but efficient method of measuring trend of time series is, now it's complicated but efficient means it is a method of least squares. We'll write the answer. Method of least squares. You could simply write least squares in the fill in the blank. Question 10. The graph of time series clearly shows dash of it is monotone. So it shows trend. Monotonous means trend. Next, state whether each of the following is true or false. Question 1. The secular trend component of time series represents irregular variation. No, it's not true because secular trend is trend component, irregular variation, irregular component. So that statement is false. Second question. Seasonal variation can be observed over several years. That is true. Third question. Cyclical variation can occur several times in a year. No. Cyclical variation will come within the period after 2 years. So the statement is false. Question 4. Irregular variation is not a random component of time series. This statement is false. Reason being, irregular variation is random. So not is not true. That is false. Question 5. Additive model of time series does not require assumption of independence of its components. Of course, additive model requires assumption of independence. So the statement is false. Question 6. Multiplicative model of time series does not require the assumption of independence of its components. Yeah, it's true. Multiplicative model does not require assumption of independence of its components. So the statement is true. Question 7. Graphical method of finding trend is very complicated and involves several calculations. No, it is false. It's a very simple method and it does not involve any calculation. It just requires plotting on a graph paper. Question 8. Moving average method of finding trend is very complicated and involves several calculations. Moving average does involve calculations but not several, and it is not at all complicated. Simple. So the statement is false. Question 9. Least squares method of finding trend is very simple and does not involve any calculations. Very much false. The students who know have used method of least squares know the pain in calculating the things. So it is not at all simple and it involves lot many calculations. So the statement is false. Question 10. All the three methods of measuring trend will always give the same results. No. The different methods will of course give different answers. Moving average or graph or then method of least squares. They will give different results. So the statement is false. Friends, thank you for watching the channel Best Readouts.